Well, I mean, it's definitely a different community than like WoW, but
WoW is terrible.
I'd say it's a lot easier than 11 was.
Oh yeah, difficulty-wise. I just mean the community-wise. I mean, that's really, it's not the sense of challenge of Final Fantasy 11 that I liked. It was the sense of the community. It had a strong community. I mean, yeah, it forced you to team up with people, but the community was so good and so strong. And that's what I liked about, no, I loved about this game. And I
think it's a matter of like what kind of game it is that you're getting into.
That too.
But self determines the community a lot based on how the game works.
But also, yeah, then there were a lot of people who loved hardcore games then, because Final Fantasy back then, 11 was fucking hard. I mean, literally.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the fact that it was a paid-for game, you had to pay a subscription out, and the fact that it was so difficult, kicked away a lot of like casuals that were like.
You had the hardcore people.
Yeah. I don't know. It definitely weeded out a lot of the jerks.
Yeah, because we just want the easy shit. And that's my biggest fear about playing 14, because when Dave said, oh, it's completely soloable, I'm like, that's not fun for me, because I don't like, if I want to play a solo game, I'll go just play a single-player game. I mean, what I look forward to playing 11, even though I've pretty much done everything I've ever fucking cared to in this game. Oh, but hello, everyone. And, stop it. Cat, trying to eat my food. What I liked about 11 is just the whole community. I loved hanging out with people and having a good time. I mean, like, we did all those Abyssia events, and when we did Void Watch, I mean, I didn't give a shit about doing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
which some of that stuff was really, really good, but some of it
really
was
good
just
and really
really stupid.
It's stupid,
but
aside from that, it's just you're enjoying that stupidity with other people, and that's what I got out of it, and that's what I liked about it.
The thing that bugged me the most, I think, was like when it was like annoying and difficult, but like possible. I didn't mind so much. Having to fight this boss like maybe 50 times and this one 50 times, like getting 50 items and 75 items off of these bosses, it took time, but I mean, it was possible.
It was possible.
Whereas like
something like a relic,
1,500 of those heavy metal plates to get to 95 was just freaking absurd. That was just ridiculous.
Or getting a mythic. I give props to those who actually pull that shit off. I mean, I could say for myself, working on a relic, especially before Dynamis was soloable as a beast, to the most part, that was a lot of work. It's a lot of farming. I think that might be one reason why I kind of like sway against the whole sandbox community games, or games like Warframe or whatever, because it's a lot of grinding, and I did that. Oh, I did a lot of grinding. I can't over and balance. This is before I met you. I mean, I grinded so much when Seraph Angels was active. I got on, and Wolf would say, other than Beck farming, what is everybody else up to? I mean, Wolf knew what the fuck I was doing. Because I was so self-determined. I literally farmed, I almost want to say 8 hours a day. If I wasn't at work and I had nothing else planned, I literally was hopped on FF to farm all the good stuff that was worth money. God, the emptiness. I can't recall how many times I went there. I had my own system and everything. I mean, it literally took 2.5 years. Whereas, if you look at the Wikipedia, back in the day it would take you 3 to 5. And even then I got even luckier because my relic was at stage 4, or halfway through stage 4, when they patched Dynamis up to make it easier to get the relic weapon. Because back in the, I don't know if you knew this or not, but back in the day when you fought like the animated dagger or something like that, you had to kill these 15 NMs first. And then you could kill the animated dagger before then, but the drop wouldn't happen if you didn't kill those 15 NMs. And you had to kill those 15 NMs just to trigger the Dynamis Lord for the win, for Zarkabar. But then you go after the dagger, and he's surrounded by 5 different satellites. And you have to pretty much Zerg the dagger, or animated shield, or whatever you're going for. And if you don't kill it in time, or you don't variety your attacks, it will grow bored of you and warp. And once it's warped, it's gone. You have to wait 3 days to try again.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
It was not... I've done a few of those. Fortunately for me, when I got my weapon, that was gone. And the same thing went for the testimonies or whatever you had, the arbitration of might or whatever the heck those things are called, when you had to get in Glacier. Back in the day, you got to kill them one time, and that's it. They didn't drop. Oh well, wait 3 days, try again. That's how hardcore that shit was. But relic weapons was the most powerful weapons in the game, so at that time.
To be perfectly honest, even at the end of the game, if you fully got it upgraded, I think they were probably still some of the most powerful weapons.
Yeah, they still are. They're still considered are.
Although the amount of work it takes to get them to their max is freaking ridiculous, not considering.
I mean, they're still higher than a mythic at level 119 or whatever level it is, or 99. I mean, I love to have a mythic, but it's ridiculous. And some of the mythics really suck compared to the other mythics. I mean, I like working for something, but it's just ridiculous. Anyways, folks, I'm going to do one game of the Chocobo game, just real quick to show how this is done, which is really stupid. I kind of wish this minigame had an actual controller rather than hitting left and right on the dialogue box. That's just redundant in my opinion. I'm pretty sure Torren can agree. The Chocobo event where you can't get hit by the Mandagoria? With the line?
I don't know. I can't think of which one that one is.
Oh, I just screwed up. Oh, I screwed up.
And the wonderful way to start the day is with a fail!
Yeah. Actually, I was playing that honeypot the other day, and when you start dating the fairy, if you get those black hearts, she says, "Oh my god, fail." The dialogue in that game's hilarious. So, like, you feed her food, and her favorite food, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm about to bust a nut in here, yo."
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of, I unlocked one of the hidden characters, which is so stupid how to unlock that. When you start dating the fairy, you give her your porn magazine, and she gives you some weird device, and you take that device at night, and guess what comes visit you? A blue, big-breasted blue alien girl. And yes, you can start dating her. I feel like such a freaking player in that game.
It sounds like you're a player.
It is. In that game, yeah, at that point, there's no, like, story with a relationship. It's just dating.
I don't know if I'd really call that dating so much, because
no, it's not.
From what I've seen...
In the end, it's not dating, but...
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen of some of the dialogue is just absurd.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the character. I like the personalities of certain characters. I'll be like, I would so not hook up with you. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't want you to hook up with me either.
I hate you. Shut up. But, yeah, I got 3 sticks of cotton candy. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, they said the ending dialogue for getting Mumar 2, they said, "Oh, I'll see y'all next year." But it's funny. I'll post a video up here of it. But you know how when you finish the event, there's like a little cutscene afterwards? Well, in this one, she's like all so happy she decides to bust out and sing, and she sings so horrible. Everybody around her, everyone levels down. I thought that was funny. I thought that was hilarious. Everybody loved that level down sound. I'm curious how horrible the music is in 14 when you get killed, and see if it makes you feel like a piece of crap. Every time I heard that death music, especially on like when we did Divine Might or those Archangels, it made me feel like a piece of crap.
They couldn't have made you feel like that much of a piece of crap, because how many times did you die when we were running Abyssia because, oh, well, I'm more worried about getting merit, so I'm not going to build up an XP buffer. Dies in D levels, and as soon as you get raised up, you're level 75 again.
I did that deliberately.
Or whatever.
I did that deliberately, to be
Yeah, it's like every time you died, you de-leveled. I swear you like de-leveled like 1,000 times doing that.
I only did that with my, I think my Dark Matter Summoner. But it was just...
I thought you did it on your Thief. I don't know, maybe.
I could have done it on my Thief. I may have, but when I got my mana down at 99, I was like, okay, I can't do this no more.
Yeah, because, yeah, then you wouldn't be able to use your weapon anymore.
No. Fucked myself in the process. I wish they did more with this goldfish event. Really not worth doing for the most part. It depends on what you. But
and not just the game's about to go.
Huh?
And not just because the game's about to go.
No, even back then it was. I think the only difference was I remember when I did this event was getting some extra fireworks, which really wasn't worth it. Because I mostly got the crappiest fireworks. I mostly did all the dance event a lot because this is one of the few times, it's the only times you could actually get special fireworks that I wanted to give out. And when we did our PvP event, I mean, I did that a lot to give fireworks out because I think I literally gave out almost maybe a million worth of fireworks.
Yeah, you always did stockpile all of those.
Oh yeah, I love that because it's just worth it. It's a memorable experience. It's like one time a year kind of thing. It's like your own personal 4th of July. Give me a scoop. I will buy 10 of these. I mean, I hope I like 14 as much as Dave makes it out to me. I don't want to end up playing it and like, oh, what a piece of shit.
I think you'll like it.
I know when it first originally came out, it bombed real bad, and I was like, I knew...
Yeah, when it first came out, there was a lot of stuff wrong with it. But I think they've done a lot of things better.
I mean, it bombed real bad in reviews, and I think mostly because I was like, I was telling everybody in the link shows, they're rushing this shit way too fast. And there's still times I kind of wish... I wish they just would remade 11 with 14 graphics. And that may have saved it. I don't know. I don't know if we needed another MMO based off Final Fantasy. Whatnot, but... And why not just call it Final Fantasy Online? Why, why call it, Final Fantasy 14?
Because they have to give it a number.
They don't have to give it a number. There's lots of Final Fantasies out there that don't have a number. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, Final but still, it has tactics to separate it. So if they didn't give it a number, they'd had to have given it a name.
Why give it a number? I mean, just call it Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy Online.
Online, the Second Coming.
That could have worked.
And there's already the online game.
The Second Coming would be, or Final Fantasy Online 2. Calling it 14, I think the single numbers should just be, for the single player game experience, especially if they ever decide to make a continuation like they did with Final Fantasy 13 or... That is a phenomenal view of the fireworks. Hey, I caught a tiny goldfish.
Yeah, stick it in your little tiny tartar bucket.
I think my two favorite events in 11 that I always did was Sunbreeze, or it was back in the day. I keep calling it Sunbreeze because that's what it was called back in the day, and then they changed it. And then the Christmas event. The Christmas event's probably, I think, a little bit more bigger because there's like at least 6 or 7 things you can do.
I was always out of town for that one, so I always missed it.
Yeah, you missed a lot of events too. It was fun. There's a bunch of shit to do with people.
I always did the Easter one.
I didn't care.
That was fun.
The Easter one was just pretty much just I buy a bunch of eggs and I bazaar and sell my shit.
Well, the trick was, I mean, when you first did it like I did and you were broke, well, you kind of had to like do it like the
Yeah,
game.
back then like that, yeah. But that's all the Easter egg event really was. And the way people would price scalp that shit was fucking ridiculous.
Well, everybody had names that started with this letter or that letter, but
I know,
nobody ever had one that started with a Z.
Yeah, that's true. And then back then when the Jill farmers were really big in demand, that was just. Let me go ahead and put my other roads. Make gold fishing a bit easier. Question is, will I like a Lalafell as much as I love a Taru Taru? What about you? What's your take? I mean, what do you think?
I think aesthetically they look better.
Oh yeah, graphically. I mean, you can't.
Not just graphically, but like the proportions seem like more realistic.
Not as short.
They're not just because they're not as short, but I mean like their proportions actually seem reasonable.
What's more adorable?
I don't know. I think the Taru Taru might be more adorable simply because of the perception that people put onto them.
And the Lalafell more of a probably cute / serious race.
I don't know. I think they just haven't grown that perception of being the derpy, adorable race that.
Yeah, because no matter what I try to put on, try to make myself look serious, it can never happen. I mean, like, I look badass. No, you look adorable. Fuck. And then all the people say, hey, what's up, Becky, or Becky Woo, or I'm like,
Yep.
Or she just like to call me the Spec. What race do you think's more badass? It's just, or I mean, can you really compare a Taru Taru to a Lalafell?
I don't see why you would. I mean, they are kind of like they are similar in a few ways of like they're supposed to be very magic based, I guess. In the same sense of like how Taru Taru was supposed to be like a supposedly physically weak but magically strong race. They're the same sort of thing.
But I think in Final Fantasy XI, I think you get to that point where magic and physical really doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, it did balance out so that it was Taru Taru handled melee better than like Galka did magic because of the MP pool.
Yeah.
Because MP was
mattered.
Weak on all the other jobs. Having the bigger pool made a huge freaking difference. But like the small difference in damage when you were a melee class on a Taru Taru was fairly insignificant.
Yeah, it was.
So I mean, I would have. No offense to the people who happen to have played this race or that race, but I would have much rather have had a Taru Taru Paladin than I did a Galka White Mage. I'm sorry, but
yeah, because once you run out of that MP, you're pretty much out. And that was his biggest drawback. Or Galka Summoner. There you go. Every time I saw someone, I won't forget that one Galka Black Mage I saw with the Colostrum weapon. I'm like, LOL. I'm sorry, I'm trolling this guy. I'm sorry, wow, Galka Black Mage with a Colostrum. Sorry, I can't respect you. I almost want to respect you, but you're Galka. I'm sorry. I have so many memories of this game. I couldn't begin how to say what I mean, I remember how I met Points. I met Points doing Echo Warrior, and the way me and him. I don't know if he ever told you that story, but the way me and him met was this is when I had an all Taru LS, nothing but Taru. That's it. Called Taru Death Strike, and he was a random party member who joined, and it's like, oh my god, all out. He examined my character, and he saw like 6-7 other Tarus with the same link shell. It's like, I want to join this shit, dude. Can I join? Well, sure, here you go. And I think then I had over at least 50 people on my link shell. Nothing. but Tarus. Can you imagine 50 Tarus doing a Dynamis? We never got that far, but that's how me and Dave. As you can all see, goldfishing is pretty redundant. It's pretty much, you know, fish to goldfish, all that. You still there, Mr. Torren?
Yep. No, I'm wide awake.
I showed everyone. I showed my friend, well, he's kind of a friend. I showed my manager the final video of us playing Ibn Ob. He's like, man, at the 2-minute mark, I was just fucking just raged on that shit. How did you freaking get through this? And then when he saw the endings, that's how the game fucking ends. Yep. It's like, I'd rather swim through a broken glass of sea of lemon juice and salt. I'm like, oh, God. You don't even just slaughtered that video for a review game. You just butchered it. I'm just like, that's crazy.
Well, it shouldn't have been so bad.
I know. Should have never gotten that stupid. Though I think one of the most, I still, out of all the things I think I've done with you and Recall and the group, I think one of the most memorable experiences was getting, I mean, I wish I knew about Fraps back then. I wish I knew about video recording back then, because I think one of the most memorable videos I'd probably watch just constantly is that one that was almost 50 minutes long of us fighting your favorite monster in the middle of
I think it was at least 50 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so terrible. I think we hadn't quite coordinated enough. And like we were using weapon skills at the wrong time, and he just
we
kept
had a puppet master
shit
in our group. That was not good.
Yeah, I don't think that's what broke the bank there.
No, but it contributed to it, because his stupid puppet master would pull off shit when it's in the heal mode. I'm like, great, Wolf, you just did 8,000 darkness recovery. But then again, I think that was an intelligent avoid, because every time, I swear, he's doing it when I'm doing my weapon skill.
Whoa.
What?
I'm playing another game and getting blasted.
There's actually over 500 people on tonight on F11. I'm amazed on that.
Really?
I remember when there used to be over 3,000 people on this show.
Oh yeah, that was a good weekend. Yeah, I mean, it used to be what you'd get on and finding like 2,000 people is pretty normal.
Yeah, back when I was on Kujata, there was at least 2,000 people during the week, and then 5,000. Sometimes I had a hard time signing in. I always like Sunbreeze. This is like the last huzzah of the summer, about the time to window down and all that. It's just nice and relaxing. Sunbreeze has gone long this time around, because it actually started like the 10th and it's ending the 31st. Usually they ended on the 23rd. Excuse me there. I think my other most memorable moment, this was like my first year in the Final Fantasy 11, is, I don't know if you've ever done it. You ever unlocked any of the summons the level 20 way?
No, I never did them that way. I always rode in and did primes with everybody.
Not easy thing to pull off.
No, from what I heard, those were really hard.
They were. It took me... I never went after the other summons. I wanted Shiva to be my first. Knock, knock. But, because she was my favorite avatar back then. And I finally got her on the 8th try. And I was like, oh my god, I got it! Oh! Because literally you have 15 minutes to pull it off. You literally have, I mean, I had to use a timer. I literally had maybe 2.5 minutes off the clock. You have to use your 2 hour to win. Hey look, I'm goldfishing off the bridge even though it's not in the water. I'm going to unsubscribe my account, but I think I might come back there next August just for my... I know it seems like a waste of money, but you know, maybe the game might get more populated again down the road, who knows. Or, you know, just
Come to find out it's not even there next August.
That would suck. It would be sad, but hey, I accept it, you know. I wasn't even paying attention to that one. But, just to do this event alone. I know when this game officially goes to free-to-play, then it's officially done.
I would say it's more like when it goes to, well, we're shutting down the servers, then it's officially done.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I'm not sure if Square Enix will actually go that far and shut it down at that point.
Well, there's a certain point when it's no longer worth the investment.
Yeah.
Although I would have thought that they would have like merged servers by now.
Yeah, I'm amazed on that. I hated the fact they were merging servers originally, but I can understand why they did it. And when they did that back then, what, 5 years ago or so, that's when I knew, okay, this game's done. It's starting to decline and die. And I honestly, to me, and I think you'll probably argue against this, I really think 14 put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, 14 was a huge hit.
And that's when I said at that point, I say 14, and they finally dropped support for the PlayStation 2. 14 and just hold on to PlayStation support. Now, I know a lot of Japanese players, they play originally on the PlayStation, and they don't want to move on to a different platform. But really, the PlayStation 2 severely held this game back. I mean, I think Square Enix probably would have made a good buck by just making a new version of Final Fantasy. Of just like a massive, like, hell, I'd be purchasing it if I had to. If they said, hey, you know, or had some kind of vote with the community of us, you know, buying a new version of the game, I probably would have done it that way. I don't know. Maybe not, because it's a whole new platform and all that stuff. And, you know, I guess that's why they made 14. Sunbreeze about to end. It's almost 6 o'clock.
It ends today?
No, it just ends. It's, you know, it goes from 1800 to 6 o'clock.
Oh.
And music and fireworks and stuff. Sometimes I wish I wasn't Taru, just to sit back and have, like, I think Japan does some crazy festivals like that. Like every night they have like some firework festival going on.
Don't know about Japanese culture, but yeah, it seems like they do. Like some sort of summer festival of some sort.
Especially when you wear yukatas.
Which would make sense, because I mean, all their events do seem to line up with something.
I mean, I envy Dave when he went to Japan, and
stop envying and just go already.
I want to. I would love to. I will want to go to Japan one of these days. He went to that Final Fantasy 11 based restaurant or whatever. I'm going to have a Galka burger. I wonder how the game works through. I wonder how 14 works through Steam. I mean, does Final Fantasy 14 have its own play online thing, or just you just launch 14 and that's it?
It's probably a matter of like when you go into Steam and launch it, it launches the Final Fantasy 14 launcher, and then from there you go.
Is it play online still or no?
Probably.
No, you play it, so is it just play online?
Like the launcher that we have for 11?
Yeah.
No.
Is it still called play online or something different?
No, it's... What is it? Final Fantasy 14 launcher. So it's like just a window with a login box in the top right corner and like a news feed and a topics feed.
And it uses your Square Enix account.
Yeah. Which I think is good because there's a whole lot of stuff in the Play Online launcher that was kind of useless.
Yeah. Well, when it first came out, it had the Tetra Master, which was actually a separate subscription. They eventually killed that. I never got into that. Was from Final Fantasy VIII. I never got into Tetra Master. It had its own browser and all that. Well, I thought it was cool looking.
That was probably the one thing I liked out of Final Fantasy VIII was I did like the card game.
It's probably one of the few good things about Final Fantasy VIII.
The word I think you're looking for is only.
Well, I liked the Lionheart, the whole GF system. I didn't like.
Yeah, the GF system. Oh, okay, yeah.
Draw.
I liked the airship. That was pretty cool. There's a nice design on that.
The game Dave let me borrow Brave Default. There's a summon in there. I don't know what it's called, but it's a fire-based summon. But it's exactly the same animation as my favorite summon in 8, Doom Train. I would love that as an avatar in 11. Choo choo! Watch out, I'm on Doom Train, bitches.
Insert jokes about Doom here.
Yeah, oh god, don't, no. Do not.
Mr. Beck, we have a package for you. Sign here for your package of Doom, please.
Hey, for Final Fantasy 13 Final Boss, Doom. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I sent that to you while I was playing on Steam, like, and you just laughed your ass off. Yep. Suck it, bitch. God, such an awful game. I think out of all the characters in this game, I guess it's without a doubt my favorite. I think Shanteto makes an appearance in 11 or 14. I think my favorite two characters in this series in Final Fantasy 11 was probably Naja. Everyone loved Naja. And then Shantana.
Shantoto?
I hate to say it. I mean, out of all the characters in the game,
she was extremely charming.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sorry. If someone can insult you and insult you in pure rhyme, that's just... Ouch! That's not just insulting. You're insulting with style.
Insult you and make you love them for it.
You know, when I got her as a trust magic and I'm just watching the cutscene, I'm like, you bitch. That's what I was watching the whole thing. As much as it was hard to get that summon, I'm just like, This, you will shut up. This is my monologue right now. And I know that's not the exact words because she pretty much said it in rhyme, the entire thing. I'm like, oh my god. It's almost as, you know, it was, and she was one of the few Tarus that didn't end everything in Aru. That's how, yeah, some of the Tarus are talking, they say Taru all the time or whatever, or Aru.
Yeah, there was a couple of, like, things that they did. It's either they always ended their R's in Aru, or no, their T's, because it was supposed to be Taru, thrown into everything. Or it was always like the weary, dreary.
Yeah. I guess to wrap up this video real quick, I mean, I've given my most memorable experience. I guess I'll ask Torren, what was your most memorable experience? For now, at least. Maybe down the road we might come back to this.
I liked a lot of the missions. Some of the missions were just absolutely beautiful stories, and Promathia was an extremely beautiful one.
Yeah, especially it was worth.
Although I think I still like Sky. That one floor in the Sky was just absolutely magnificent.
Oh, in the outside or inside Sky Palace?
Inside.
Okay, I know you're talking. Oh, you talking about Sea or Sky?
Sky. Sea was nice, but Sky had that floor on the inside where it was kind of clear, and you like. I think it was the whole inside.
Okay. I know the inside's just a plain area similar to like some of the dungeons, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, out of all the storyline, Promathia was the best one. Wings of the Goddess almost did it, except for that ending. The ending was not that good. Oh, hey, okay, you're just a badass now, so just deal with it. Whatever, Atmos. I will agree with you on that. Any particular memorable moments with any particular friends that in this game? I have seen that.
There's a lot of good moments, like just kind of farming with people. All those times we went out and did that dynamic farming.
That was actually fun. As redundant as that was. Which comes to the last question.
It's nice being able to just kind of hang out and
hang out and have a good time. Or how about when I'm at work, sometimes I'm slow. Hey, Torren, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, ready to do something. Got nothing else better to do. Set the timer for 2 minutes. How much? 2 hours. I guess the last question I'll ask you first. I already know what regret I have. Any regrets that you something like there's something in here my only guess you would probably be Void Watch or not finishing your shield.
The shield wasn't so big a thing. I mean, it would have been nice to finish it, but my biggest regret probably was that we didn't ever get a chance to finish Void Watch. So yeah, I would have loved to have seen how that ended. I might have to go back and look that up somewhere to see somebody who's finished it.
Because unfortunately, we never got to finish because.
Which is really bad because I hated the way Wings of the Goddess ended, and I wonder if maybe that added something to that story.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Yeah, because it was directly related with it.
Yeah, but the only other thing was I would have loved to have gotten the Abishu rod.
How do you get that?
You had to get a really high fishing skill first, which in and of itself was a pain in the ass.
I think you had a high enough fishing skill at that point.
I was like 50s or something. I needed to get it much higher. But then once you found it, you had to like fish up a bunch of these like 2 types of fish and turn them in. And then there was like a very small percentage of chance that you would get these 2 key items. And then once you got them both, you could turn them in for the rod. But it was like extremely difficult to get. Some people lucked out and got it really early, but a lot of people just kept going and going and going. It was like just took forever to get it. but it was like the best fishing rod of all.
Gotcha. I think, as you can see from all my currency here, I think one of the probably biggest regrets, because I worked so hard on this as well, was probably my long wardrobe. There it is. Never finished my Ragnarok. Stage 4 is taunting the hell out of me. And I didn't like that storyline with the whole upgrading your weapons, because once you got to stage 4, it kind of defeated the point, because like you give your old weapon, and the goblins, I found a similar weapon to yours underground, so here you go. So you no longer upgrade the weapon, he gives you a forgotten weapon, which then you turn upgrade to the 5th and final stage. And I thought that was kind of stupid. You know, like forging that weapon alone. So. That was probably my biggest regret. I think my other regret was probably never being able... Again, this is when I didn't know how to record video, is when I got my Mandau. I don't know, were you there when I got that?
For the Slapfest? Yeah.
Princess Peach slapped me, and everybody, I was like, I'm trying to read the fucking cutscene. Slap, 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 slap. I mean,
Slapfest! Everybody slap back!
It was like worse than an Iridium party. I sent Princess Peach a text like, you know, you are a bitch. You know, that's like, I know, but you love me, right? Like, yeah. She was a funny character. I guess last but not least, I'm just gonna go down to my friends list real quick. I had over, I think, 200 friends on here. Most of them, they're not playing anymore.
That's terrible.
I'm gonna go down this list real quick. And if anyone out there on my friends list is watching, hey, give me a page sometime, because I miss some of you guys. I mean, we just broke ways and just never really talked again. Or your email address has changed. I mean, a lot of these people Spartacus I still talk to. But, Ulith, you're awesome. You're still playing online here and there. Ariel and Lexi were kind of good friends of mine. I think you may have known them. But they left our Seraph Angels to make their own. But what kind of hurt them was they were stealing members, and that was never good. Anadre, I remember him. He was one of my thief friends who said, "Wow, you got a Mandau, that's crazy." Annie Oakley, I remember her. She was a real sweetheart, a little weird.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my whole... I'm not going to go through every person.
I was just thinking more along the lines of there's somebody who named themselves Annie Oakley.
Annie Oakley, yeah.
Which, you know, that person, they would have had to have done the Corsair at some point.
Yeah.
It's like, if you didn't do Corsair, you're not an Annie Oakley.
Exactly. Ari Lay and Desmos Sabatis, I can't pronounce their name. They were both my Elven Summon friends. They were really cool people. I didn't really talk to Ari Lay too much, but I did talk. Des I always hung out with, and we became good friends because, in her mind, Summoner was the only real job. And hey, you know, yeah, Ariko, Dragoon friend Mithra. She played on and off, and we did all kinds of stuff together. Me and her actually almost hit it off one time, but I didn't know if she was a girl or a dude in real life. I never got that confirmation, but we got along pretty well. Arwen, I still have on my friends list. It's never bothered to delete them because I had so many people on my friends that really didn't care. And needless to say, there's mixed opinions on him. I will say he was probably one of the coolest motherfuckers when he was actually awesome to hang out with until he just went off the deep end, and I think you can agree with that on that tour. He just went off the deep end, and when our Link Shell was going,
Yeah, it's just suddenly there was a bunch of drama, and I don't know what happened, but it was a shame.
It was work. And and a couple of other Link, when I was an officer in Seraph Angels, all kinds of crazy shit was going on in that shell. I mean, I tried to stabilize, and Arwen was never there, and people were like wondering, where's Arwen at? And dumping all the responsibility on me or another officer, and I'm like, I just couldn't handle it at that point. And Arwen's, I was like, I don't know what the big deal with me blowing up on people here and there. You know, I was like, Arwen, whether it's online or real life, you don't take your shit out on other people. Hey, I understand you're stressed out, but you gotta stop, you know, taking your crap out. I mean, I know you did apologize, but eventually, like, so much mama drama happened, and I even warned. And when Van came back, and when we were still friends, I warned Van. I was like, I'm gonna leave the show, dude, and this is not a threat. I guarantee you, I leave. Several people are gonna wonder what the hell I'm at, and they're probably gonna join in with my LS. I don't even have to. What's it called? Starting a coup? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I didn't have to do that. I had so much influence. I mean, people just wanted me to join, and that's. I ran into the last time I spoke with Arwen is I ran into him in the biometry. I go, hey, how you doing? Long time no see. He just continued killing stuff, and then the very next day I see him on. He removes me off Skype. I mean, hey, if Arwen, you ever want to become friends again, I'd be open for that. But, you know, that's completely up to you. I learned to forgive and forget. You know, I'm not a person who holds grudges too much. Beto Z, he was cool. One of my Dark Knight friends. Big Blunt, yeah, that was his name. Even though he was a Taru, his name was Big Blunt. And his girlfriend who played this game, her name, she was a Taru as well, Little Bong. They were cool. I hung out with them a lot.
Well, obviously, they were cool.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah, they were fun to hang out with. We did Dynamis and all kinds of. I think he got me started on the Beastmaster job. Blue Girl and Lamal, I think you remember those two as well. They used to be in our link show. Did all kinds of events with them. Bouger, he got me started helping with Relic. Shout out to you, dude. Thank you so much. Bumpkin, who is currently on hiatus. Bumpkin the Stumpkin. Don't talk to Bumpkin. She'll give you the lumps. Of course, I got Cell Leith on here. The Dem Hips dude. Chibi. Or Chibs, as me and Dave used to call her. Similar to Arwen's situation, I don't know. She used to be on Seraph Angels, and on my Taru Death, she's a Taru Death Strike original. Susan was a really cool girl. She had the most cutest voice, and we never. She was like, I think I was 28 at the time when I met her. She was like, maybe I was 20. She was like 30, 32, and she didn't even sound 32. She sounded like she was 19, 20 years old. But I've actually talked to her on Skype and directly on the phone. And she's not. She is her age is what she is, but she has the most lovely voice. And she was so fun to hang out with and stuff. And her mule name was called Cheerios. She was really cool, but she got upset at me a lot of times because, like, I say, yeah, I'll help you do events and stuff. We never make planned time or anything like that. And she just hop on randomly. So, you ready to help me? I'm kind of like helping Torren or helping somebody do stuff. As soon as I'm done, and she just throw fits about it and just went off the deep end. Even Dave would say something like that. Daddy's spoiled girl. I really didn't know her, but kind of did. Danny, definitely knew him. He attended several of my Link Show events, especially the PvP event. I remember him trashing the shit out of Torren in those events. When you're level 60 warrior, he knew that. Oh god, yeah, when we did the 60 event.
That was such a bad move on my part.
And what I hate, I told Danny, dude, play off of Torren, please. Like, I can't, dude. He's an easy kill. He doesn't have any gear ready for him, and he told me straight up, like, I feel bad. Eventually, he let up on you the last 20 minutes, but he just trashed the shit out of me. I'm like, oh god. Danny was cool. I still have him on my Skype. I still talk to him occasionally. Dan Singh, I don't know whatever happened to him. He came on a couple times, a couple years back. He was a Tower Death Strike originally. He was our main black mage, and he was pretty cool. We did all kinds of events together. Dimos, I think he was on our Link Show. I think you knew him. D-I-M-O-S-S. We did Dynamis together a lot. Diewolf Frock, really, I know he's on 14. I hope to see you on there soon. We can probably do some shit together. Wolf was random, if anything, at times, but very helpful person and probably the most baddest paladins I ever met. He knew how to play the job extremely well, and if he had the best gear in the game, he'd be a phenomenal paladin. What do you think, Torren?
He was really good.
He knew his shit. Dorothy, kind of a good friend of mine. I don't know what happened to her. She went off. She just disappeared. I miss her. She was cool. Eagle Heart. Without you, brother, I would have never gotten my Limbus gear, among other endgame gear. So thank you for helping me with that. And that was back in the day when it was 75. That's when I fought Proto Omega and the other stuff. So he helped me out a lot with that. So props to you, man. I hope you're doing good. Earnhardt Jr., Earnhardt TJR, and Sapphire 2. I think you knew those two as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to them. They were really good friends. I mean, I never talked to them directly on the phone or on Skype. Wanted to, but they always cheered me up. They were really nice people. Evron, girl, I knew this person. She was a female Elven. And I won't say, call me a creep, whatever, but she was like possibly the only unconfirmed, but I'm pretty sure she was a female, the only female Elven on my friends list, actual female. And I know she was a teacher, but that's about all I knew about her personally. But we hung out all the time. She was always happy to see me, and we did all kinds of shit together. And she was the one of the coolest chicks on here. And I don't know what happened to her. She just disappeared. If you're seeing this video, hey, I miss you. Emrod, I remember you. Pretty cool. Era of Noobs. Despite the name, that motherfucker was no noob. He knew his shit. He was actually in our uncapped PvP event, which I fucking regretted. I mean, I had fun, but everybody did the auto balance. No, it didn't do its job.
Was that the one time where we had like, oh look, these are all the people with 119 gear, and this is everybody else.
Yep.
Have fun fighting each other. Oh man.
Pretty much. And auto balance, and I had it set for auto balance. Yet the video's on there. If you've never watched it, I'll send you a link after I'm done with this. I'll send you a link. Just watch it. It's like an hour long. Just watch it here and there on your off time. Yeah, dude. That's when Pill was on our team. That's the one with Shin one that was playing Casting Invisible, breaking the game. Aragorn, which is also Leaf. Can't say much about Leaf, man, that I already know. Leaf Smash! Coolest.
He was awesome.
He had a temper, but one of the coolest motherfuckers I ever knew. And I still talk to him here and there. I think he's getting married. Foxtrot, a Taru Death Strike original member. And he was the first person I ran into, and the way me and him met was a funny story. I actually remember this. He actually asked, because we were in a party, he's like, how do I target enemies? That's how dude he was. I was like, you click on the enemy? Oh, okay. And, well, we had a blast, but thanks to him, I was able to finish my Mandel prematurely. I was at like 71 or 75 buying bills out of the 100 I needed. And he wasn't there for the unraveling. But I said, hey, Beck, here you go. Are you sure? Yeah, dude. Finish that shit. You earned it. Just make sure you do a hooray with me in the end and you pay me back whatnot. Oh, yes. Frog Lover. She was awesome. Despite the irony when we used to do Nizal Isle together and the enemies were frogs, anytime we say, oh, it's a frog, she would say, I fucking hate frogs. Despite the name. And this is back when 75 was the cap. I don't know if you ever did Nizal Isle back in the day at 75 Torren, but...
I don't think I did.
It was not easy. You barely got past 5 floors. Frostlace and Mahaho, they were two good friends of mine. I was in their link show for the longest time. Me and Ho-Ho were really close friends. She hated the fact I always called her they, but she always hit on me a lot. And her friend Frostlace Sue said that he was a guy, who I found out was a guy, but I never found out if Ho-Ho was or not. But me and her were really close together. Gladius, I remember you. We were good friends. We did a lot of Summoner Space stuff together, so shout out to you. Georgia Fly, yep. Badass Mytho right there. We did I think we did Abyssal all together. Me and you and him.
Which
George,
person?
George.
Yeah, I think we did once or twice.
Gorocious, can't remember him too much. I know he was a black mage and we did some events together, so shout out to you. Hairpin, also known as Harplina. Everybody loved Harp, including Torren.
Oh yeah.
Coolest motherfucker ever. That guy could be pissed off, and it was so hard to like take Hairpin serious. Or I always call him Hairpin, not Harpin. I always put hair. But it was so hard to take him seriously, and because when he rage quit, it was just so funny. I was like, I'm being fucking serious. I'm like, sorry, I can't take you serious. I'm sorry, you're too funny. It's kind of like the opposite when you meet someone. They give that look of they're trying to joke with you, but they're always serious. And you never tell. Hayes, I remember you. We used to do a lot of biometry EXP parties. Hell Dragon, same there too. Jarhead Bear, did quite a few events with him there. He always joined in at the wrongest times when he wanted to do our Abyssia events. I don't know if you know this next individual, Jiggy Fly. I'm not sure. I don't think I knew you at the time, Torren.
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, he was a Kujata original, as well as on Valfor. Always his saying was, "Come back to my Kujata." But one of the few doubters out there saying, "Hey man, you're never gonna get your man down." Like, and he always talks shit. But we all did all kinds of events together and stuff. JoJo, I'm cool guy. Caitlin, I remember her. She was pretty cool. Very serious chick. She didn't fuck around with anybody. Lady Ashley, well, you're the reason why Beck the Plonker exists in my first game. She always called me Plonkersaurus Bex, and I didn't know what the heck a plonker was. And I looked it up, and in England, plonker means dumbass, or shithead, or something like that, in England. So if someone calls you a plonker...
Yeah, if somebody calls you a plonker, then maybe shouldn't have been a plonker.
Yeah. She was just being stupid on them. She was cool. Layla, we didn't really do too much together, but I remember her. We used to do some events together, so she was cool. Lisa, girl, I don't know what happened with you. It's similar an Arwen situation, but really, unlike Arwen, I don't know what the fuck happened. I mean, she was a good friend of mine. I know she had autism kind of badly, and I don't know if that affected her decision or to stop being friends. Like, we watched shows. We used to watch. You ever been on? What's that website that has all those anime stuff on it?
I cap the websites on the internet.
Yeah, the Crunchyroll. That's it. You ever been on Crunchyroll?
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
We used to watch a lot of different animes together. Of Crunchyroll. Yay, Summer Breeze music. But and then one day, we used to watch TV. The way we watched Flash Forward together. We watched all kinds of stuff. We'd go on Skype and just share it. And she would hear it through my microphone, and the quality wasn't too bad. We watched the shows together. It was pretty cool. Never got to meet in person, but she also introduced me to Persona 3 and 4. And with that, I love you, girl. I mean, we used to trade games together. We actually borrowed games, gave our addresses out and borrowed games, and. I love Persona 4 and I always will. And thank you for introducing me to that game. I absolutely loved it. Best 100 hours I ever played. And I keep getting on Dave's ass. Why are you talking shit to me about bad games, quote unquote, I'm playing, and yet you haven't finished Persona 4? Phenomenal fucking JRPG game. If you haven't played it yet, Torren, dude, that's one of the best PlayStation 2 games I ever played in my life. I love it.
I might have to look that one up.
I'm not big into JRPGs too much, but that was one of the few. It was kind of JRPG, kind of not. But it was just such a good story. And the voiceovers were good. I mean, and Yosuke was a douchebag, especially when he said, "Oh, you like to cook? Oh, you must be really good with your hands." Oh, wait, never mind that. And your character was a male as well, so he says that to a male, really? Yes. I have to go pee! But,
okay.
It's a funny game, dude. It's hilarious. There's comics and stuff making fun of it. Katie, wherever you're at, especially your sister Erin or Sushan, little Sushi. She kind of did the Arwen thing. She didn't take me off Skype, but she did take me off Steam. So I thought, oh, she must have actually took me off. I re-befriended her, and about 2 hours later, she took me back off Steam. I'm like, okay, I don't know what I did. Excuse me, to deserve it, but hey, I miss you. If you ever want to get back together and hang out, you know, just you know how to get a hold of me. You know my email address, you know me on Skype, you know me on Steam. So. Hey, actually, you know my number too. I still have her number, but I can never get a hold of her. Yes. Little Miss Thang. That was her name. Lil Miss Thang. Thang. She was a Taru. Deathstrike original as well. She was my Best Buy girl. She, I think her name was,
Your Best Buy girl. Did you get her at Best Buy or something?
No. She worked at Best Buy. I know, I came out. She worked at Best Buy, and like when I was buying Married with Children DVDs, she said, "Hey, we got Married with Children over here. You better go check your Best Buy and stuff." And sure enough, boom. She let me know it showed up in her back stock. She was the coolest chick. It almost got to the point where me and her she wouldn't go that next level, like, you know, hey, let's talk on the phone. I want to know you're an actual female. I never got to know her that well enough. She hit on me here and there, and it made me uncomfortable here and there, but, you know, it's like we got close to almost became a relationship. We clicked. We had that, you know, that chemistry. She was really cool. She stopped playing, just seriously stopped playing, and her brother still played, and I emailed him, and then his email eventually just disappeared too, so, I think her name was Sarah. I can't remember. Sarah or Karen. I can't remember. But I miss you, girl, wherever you're at. You know, if you've seen this video, let me know what's going on. Lithia, well, you know, many things to be said about him/her. But you remember Lithia as well, I believe. And,
vaguely.
The Mithra, Dywolf's Froc's friend.
Yeah, the name sounds vaguely familiar.
The friend of Shin, and Bathor, I think his name was, the Elven.
Sounds vaguely familiar again.
We did a lot of events together. We were there all the time. Mercury Rose, I remember you. She was one of my in-game LS props. Mesmeron, same to you. Mighty Prong, I remember you too. You were awesome. Miracle Whip. That was her name. She was really cool too. I don't know what we used to do together. We used to like do all kinds of events. She was a Red Mage. Remember that? Same thing with Mini Kid. Did a lot of events with him too. Monarch. Summoner Buddy. I remember him. He was cool. He quit many years ago, but he got me into... I think he was there for the unraveling of my Mandel too. He helped with that. Of course, everybody knows this guy, especially Mr. Spamtastic.
Ah, yes, the spams.
The spams, yes. Which we never finished his stupid weapon. Hey, let's go ahead and fight. What was that? Pink freaking.
Oh yeah, that little pain in the butt.
Doom!
He was the worst part of that whole thing. Which is a shame, because once you got past that point, the rest of it was so easy.
Fighting to get 13 some odd NMs. I'm pissed at you, man. I understand you had to go where the wife was going, but man, we had your weapon almost done. What the shit? Mutilator, I remember him. I can't remember him too well, but I remember him hanging out with him. Mystical Rose. Oh gosh, we used to do stuff. She was similar to Elveron. We used to do a lot of things there. We had a strong chemistry as well. We hung out a lot. Nagrigus Grail. Summoner Buddy. He was from Canada, I think. We did all kinds of things. So hey, I won't ever forget you, buddy. Nanaki, I remember her. She was like in I think Seraph Angels. I think I knew Torren at the time. Did quite a few events together. Nice and Nagash, both brothers. They are my PvP buddies. We did a lot of PvP events together, and I will never forget that. Those were the most memorables. Odobungo, God, I knew this guy since I started almost day one in Final Fantasy. He actually helped me to Sandora and to Bastalk, and that's the first time I met at Galk and said, hey, this is when I was first introduced to punting.
And it would forever be the bane of your existence ever since.
Yeah. That's why I hated Bastalk ever since. I think you know this next person, Oyasumi.
I don't know.
She was in Seraph Angels. He was a Taru. Did all kinds of stuff together with us.
I may have known him. I don't know.
Victory, or also known as Jess. Lots of memories of this guy. I knew him since like day 3. I rescued him from getting aggro from a here in Sacha Babura from a Yag. And the way me and him became friends, like, oh dude, thanks so much. And he instantly befriended me, and we did all kinds of shit together. He was my best friend. He was actually the first individual I actually talked to on the phone with. Yeah, he was cool. Pills, we all know her. You know, Shin's girlfriend. Rage quitting pills. That's what we call her sometimes. I don't know if you ever saw her throw fits or whatever. Poe guy.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. She's in the that level 6 uncapped fight. She just gets trashed and starts getting pissed. Poe guy. Poe! I don't know where I don't know what happened. I've seen her on here and there, but I don't know what happened to her. Points. Well, moving on. So much to say about points. Yeah, 14 better be good, and your name better be points on there as well, so I can point at you. Only one of the few characters you can actually use the point of vote, and it sounds funny. Point. Beck points at points. Recoil. I'll see you soon on 14, hopefully. You see him in many of the videos. The drunken Recoil. You don't even know.
Yeah, that was pretty hilarious.
Speaking of, how is Naomi?
Still keeps calling me, wanting to know when my niece is gonna come down again. It's like, I don't know, call my niece and work it out with her.
She was funny, dude.
Yeah.
She took over your mic. Juicy Juice Box! I'm like, okay. Torren's like, okay, you're done. Red Blaze, we did lots of things together. I think I knew her almost since day 1. Rice Krispie, that's the same as Cheerios or Chips. Rins, did all kinds of stuff with him. He was one of my favorite thief friends. Rosenmeyer and Rossland, I did events with them too. Remember them? Ryuletta Strife, I still talk to, or also know Nora! But I don't know. She was really cool. A little strange, but I liked her. But when we became good friends, she used to call me every freaking day, every day on my phone. And like even my friend John was saying, "Man, is she your girlfriend or some shit?" Like, no. And she almost acted like it, but she didn't believe in online dating. She actually said that straight up. So, man, I'm having people thinking you're my girlfriend. Well, I don't believe in online dating. Because you call every freaking day. Well, you're my best friend. I'm sorry, I don't know any girl who called a guy this many times.
Except her.
Except her. You know any girls that have ever done that? Called you that many times and they weren't? I mean, literally every day.
No, but I usually don't have girls call me all that often.
So, if you're still out, hopefully you're still out there, Nora. I think I talked to her occasionally, but I haven't seen her forever. Shando, I remember you. We used to, I think, did PvP events and all kinds of stuff together. Sertron, we did a lot of shit together. Spartacus, strength and honor, buddy. So, best paladin ever. And if he could get an Excalibur, I would have helped him get him. He's basically retired, but he actually was in the original Divine Might with me. And that was very memorable.
Back in the days of, everybody to the door so we can all die now.
Yep, and Mithrid down, wipe at the stairs now! Seriously, I was recording back that day. You could sneeze wrong, and that fight's over with. Everyone had to be a cohesive. It's almost... basically, just like how in Ibn Abi had to be perfect, you had to be perfect on that fight. You couldn't fuck it up. Literally. You fuck up one thing, it's over with. Very little room for mistakes. Sorrel did a lot of things with him. Man, I think he actually finished a mythic weapon. I'm not sure. Tiger Fang, of course, was Frog Lover's wife. He was cool until he kept being an idiot when we did Nizal Isle, and we finally get to level 65, or floor 65, and he's waiting there because he went down. Hits the switch, and we're about to go to exit to get credit, and he goes, "Oh, I didn't know you had to hit exit to get credit for the floor." I'm like, dude, you've done the last 60 floors and you didn't know this? Really? And he kept going off in his own. Didn't stick together. And this is back in the 75 days. And you couldn't, like, wander off and go kill shit on your own and be a badass. And eventually, it was made as a group decision to boot him off our permanent. And unfortunately, that got rid of Frog Lover, who was our white mage. It pretty much killed our static party. And I never got to floor 100 until later down the road, because if one goes, so does the other. Because they were married in real life. Of course, next person on my list, Torren! Not much to say about that asshole.
Well, it's probably your fault.
Yeah. I will say one thing about Final Fantasy 11 is like it's brought friends. Even John, I was like telling John or Big D, I was like, you know, say what you will about 11, dude, but you know, regardless of that, it has brought some good friends together, and we do shit together, and we're still friends and still hanging out to this day. So you can't shit on 11 for that. I mean, if it wasn't for 11, I probably would have never met you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Same thing with Dave. He said, you know what? You have a point, so I won't drag you on that. So, Trezak, actually, this individual actually got me to play Final Fantasy 11. I knew him in person from a game I used to play, Major Mud, back when you had bulletin board system and it was all nothing but a text-based game. And one of the longest experience tables you could ever see in that game. It really took you almost a year to level up in that game. That's how insane that game was. But he got me into playing this game. Van, still on my friends list. Amazed I didn't remove him after all the mama drama he caused. But I'm just going to say the good things about Van. He was a really good friend of mine for the most part. We always coordinate on the phone with LS events. We always plan LS events together. Almost nearly every day of my life for at least the first 2 or 3 years. I'd say first year at least of Final Fantasy 11. I didn't really have any other games to play. We did a lot of events together. And we helped a lot of people, and I accomplished a lot, and so did he. So I'll give you props on the good stuff. I hope your drama life's getting better, because I do miss the good times we had together. So hey man, I hope you're doing good. I mean, Cell was actually telling me the other day that 60% of his LS members that left him on 4, what's it called? It's not called Link Shell. What is it called?
Free company.
Free company. Left his free company because he wouldn't stop causing drama. Really? Wow, I didn't know that. So don't know what happened with him. Walsh, another PvP friend of mine. Wheezy, I remember him. Wish Song, me and her, funny story, me and her became friends. I'm like, because she, do you read, Torren?
Hmm?
Do you read?
Some.
What do you read, like fantasy books?
Yeah, fantasy books.
You ever read Shannara?
No.
Good book series, I recommend it if you like fantasy. But I ran into her, I'm like, you're not based off one of these books. I said, the Shannara, see, the Wish Song of Shannara. And she said, yep, I am. I'm like, wow. And that's how we became friends, because I knew her off a book series. Well, I got my name from a book as well. I'm Beck Holmesford, nice to meet you. Xerxes?
What?
Huh?
I don't know Beck Holmesford.
That's my character, that's my last name. Beck, my character Beck, I thought you knew this, my character Beck is based on the book.
No, I didn't know that.
He was my favorite character off the book series Shannara. His last name is Holmesford. And,
okay.
ironically enough, I don't play a bard, which that would be the best job for Beck, but that's... I couldn't use the name CJ, because I'm not good at name creation, so I said, you know what, I'll create my favorite... character. Xerxes, good for. I don't know Xerxes too well, but he did all kinds of events with me and you. And first guy I met actually had a mythic. I'm like, holy shit! How the hell did you pull off? And thank you very much for helping me out with my Mandel relic. I mean, I haven't seen you online too much, but I haven't been online myself because I'm not really playing. So if you're watching this video, I will. If I come back, I'll definitely pay you back any money if I see it. I mean, I gave him all the money that I gave what I had on. I mean, I gave him like $6 million. I still owe him like at least 5 or 6. Give or take. And I told him I don't know when. I'm not playing that much. And if you want to help me get my weapon, cool. Not. Xerxes, interesting individual, very hardcore and very serious. I don't think I've ever seen him joke about anything. But that guy, when he did his shit, he was serious. And he did it well. Same thing with Yankee, crazy Dynamis guy with dual wield 4 or 5 characters in Dynamis. Oh, I'm almost done with my list. What can we say about Yishay?
I don't know. Let me fill my cup real quick.
Yeah. Counter. Fuck you and your broke weapon.
I think he might be the most arrogant Elven I've ever known.
Yeah. What's happening? But definitely one of the coolest motherfuckers I ever met.
Yeah, he was pretty awesome. Still is pretty awesome, actually.
Not was, still is. I look forward to some good adventures in 14. Hopefully it'll be fun. And maybe down the road, if this game is still up, maybe we can all get back together for a month or two, just do shit together, and just for old time's sake. I mean, I don't want to like quit. I want to come back eventually. But Unicat, Uni, I remember you two. We used to do events together too. Unicat was a really good thief. Knew his job pretty well. Uni, I knew her kind of well, kind of good. Zapod, he actually helped me out with my relic quite a bit, so thank you very much. And he always did events with me all the time. Zed, remember the Wish song? I ran to him. I was like, "You didn't name yourself after the Sword of Truth series, did you?" Zed Zulita Slander. Yep. As true as toasted toads. That's how me and him became friends. And that's the end of my friends list. Yeah, that's how long I played this game. I knew a lot of friends. One reason why I'll never delete my character is I miss you, man. Now, wait, maybe I took her off my friends list. But let's check her real quick. Oh, yeah, he's not on my friends list. I must have removed him when when we had a bad fallout. But one person I will give another shout out to. I don't know. Do you remember someone named Jim Cloud?
Oh yeah.
I'll give Fallout shout out to her. We used to play D&D together online, and one of the few doubters out there, do you think I can finish my relic weapon? Well, I did, girl, and I hope you're doing good. I mean, I think I got her email address, so I'll try to email her sometime. And, you know, a lot of good memories with Jim Cloud. Fun to say the most randomest shit online to people, and just, I had fun just doing shit with her. She was a really cool person, and I won't forget her. She was really cool, so that would be a final shout out to her. Like I said to the YouTube community and to myself, this is probably the last Final Fantasy video I'll be doing, and of course I will be posting. I got them uploaded. I just got to publish them, as Torren won't leave me alone about it as well. I need to get the rest of the Wings of the Gods videos up there.
Yeah, I gotta see what everybody thinks of the way that series ended, because I think that whole series ended in a
butchered the
screw
ending.
you method.
Yeah, you butchered the ending. It's on there. You just trolled the shit out of it.
Troll nothing. I ripped them a new one because they screwed up. It's like there's some movies that do time travel well, there's some that do it badly, and then there's Square Enix, and they just like fucking fucked it up.
Hey, what was it like? Butterflies and butterflies and unicorns. Yay!
What?
That's how the game kind of ended, right? Like, oh yay, whatever.
What? Wings of the Gods? No, that wasn't it. It was well, are we allowed to spoil it for everybody?
Go ahead. I think at this point,
Well, no, it wasn't the fact of like her being all like anything. It was the fact that okay, here, think of it like a chess game, because it was compared to chess in a lot of ways. Even when you see like them playing chess during some of the cutscenes, you see them like going and playing. So if you think about it in a stance of anytime we lost a piece, it strengthened their side, and when our side lost too many pieces, we were in danger of basically disappearing altogether. But at the end, we conquered the entire board. We took out every piece they had, so there was nothing except our forces. So our entire strength of every piece that we had was basically, Atmos said, it is equivalent to their nothing. It's like they have no pieces left to fight against you, but yeah, both realities are now perfectly plausible. There's an equal chance for both, so I'm just going to destroy everything. It's like, no, that's not how this fucking works.
and then Lee said just appeared, so I gotta do this fight now. I'm like, I never understood that. I'm like, you go through all that work to rescue reset, and then
I mean, the fact that she goes off to try to be her in the other reality, I mean, that's all fine and well. I'm just pissed about the fact that they went and, like, ripped something along the lines of, well, yeah, we know you just conquered their entire army, their entire opposing force, and so now your entire massive conquering force that defeated all of them is equal to their nothing.
yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Atmos at the end just said, oh well, fuck it, don't care. Kind of almost as disappointing as how Mass Effect was.
I don't know, I never played that one.
Oh god. Actually, I won't say nothing on that because you need to play it.
No, I'm just gonna shut up.
What?
No, I'll tell you later.
Why not? Is it that bad?
I'll tell you later.
While I'm not recording?
Yeah.
Really? That bad?
Not something that we need to put out there on YouTube.
Okay, I'll tell you when I'm done recording. Sorry, folks. If you want to put in the comments what he tells you later, I might tell you. Depends how fucked up it is. Knowing the warped mind of Torren.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, oh yeah. And of course, what I liked about being a Taru the most was all the cool looking hats. Hey look, it's my penis hat.
You've had several penis hats.
Or how about my... I have it? Where is it? There it is. The Eye of Doom. Not that one. Yeah, or as Torren always kept saying, Torren pokes Bex in his one eye. Really? But, you know, I think that's about it for this video. But see, that's one person I don't have on my friends list, which I'll give a shout because she just hopped on freaking LS. Shepherd. So, I don't have on my friends list, but I see Shepherd on there. But
yeah, I remember Shepherd.
Yep, Shepherd was cool.
Yep.
The nurse lady. But thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you again down the road. Sorry, no PvP event this year, but none of my friends are playing, and no one's on my link shell. And even though it says 500 people on there, I'm pretty sure 200 of them are just nothing but mules.
Oh, at least 200.
At least. I mean, I'm amazed to see it at 500, to be honest.
I wonder though what that says about the fact that there was always 2,000 people. Does that mean there was always like 500 mules sitting around?
It wasn't that bad. I mean, I saw tons of mules sitting outside, but it was a very active game. I mean, I don't think.
You remember how it used to be? There was always the field of mules sitting outside of town. It's like depending on what server you on was like.
Amazingly, there is 691 people on. Still, that's nothing compared to what I used to see. Oh my gosh, Becky Boo! Alright, well, I'll see you guys later because the timer's about to hit 6 o'clock again.
As the sun sets on another Bonadil day, we say goodbye.
Yeah, sadly. It does make me... I don't know how... I'll try my best to like 14, but I can't guarantee I will. Because, I mean, I don't know about... I mean, Dave's was on and off, but you... I mean, you haven't played as long as I've played. I'm like... I played like 1 year after it came out.
Yeah, I didn't get around to getting into it at first because when I first got it was like right near when it came out. And then I like returned it because I found out there was like a monthly subscription. So, but I picked it up again later.
Well, I hear the Windhurst. I hear these Sacha Bibira music. So I'll catch you guys later. There'll be other videos on here, just not mostly of Final Fantasy 11. I don't know when I'll do 14 videos, but I plan on doing 14 videos. So, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Be safe.